I guess I'm a son of immigrants. My grandparents migrated to the United States in 1910, which was a big war in Mexico, a revolution of the poor rebelling against the haves rebelling against the have-nots. And my grandparents lived in the village of Encarnacion, Jalisco, and they happened to be landowners and entrepreneurs. They had stores and ranch and cattle, and so they were at the wrong end of the political spectrum because it was being attacked by the have-nots, and there was a lot of misfortune going on, killing and raping and lootage to turn over the haves to the have-nots. So they set on a migration that took 3 years to move from inner Mexico with a group of relatives, grandmother, great-grandmother, aunts, uncles, children. And I've never really been able to determine how they got to the United States, but it says, in the oral histories that I've collected, that it took 3 years to get from the interior of Mexico to Laredo, Texas, which was the border and, a sanctuary for them and an opportunity for a new life. So that's where my origins started from my father's side. They settled there. They were very poor. They didn't have anything to start off with, and they had a large family of 8 brothers and 4 sisters, which were my aunts and uncles on my father's side. And they started and they struggled, and some of them became store owners, entrepreneurs in their own right. Others worked in different careers, and my father was a warehouse manager of a foundry in Laredo, Texas. So I consider myself Mexican-American on my father's side because of his lineage from the interior of Mexico. He was the firstborn American citizen. And he married my mother. My mother was already here. She was a Tejana, her lineage was from Spain. In the 1500s, the King of Spain dominated Texas with different, what they call them, estates. No, they didn't call them estates. I'll think of it in a minute. And land grants. He gave Dons the privilege of coming and owning these huge estates, which were called land grants, in what was Texas at that time. And my great-great-grandfather on my mother's side, I'm ninth generation Spanish because of her lineage. So it was an interesting combination of cultures. I always considered myself a Mexican-American first because of my father's, but there's a strong lineage to Spain. So it's an interesting combination and a heritage that I leave my children. So Spanish and Hispanic.